Welcome back to the Pioneer Sideline. With me now, Rachel Roddy, Junior Volleyball player. Rachel, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about this 13-game win streak going on right now. How's the team mesh so far?
It's actually been really good considering we have 6 freshmen, but I mean, it's like you can't even tell that they're there, so it's awesome.
Let's talk about the freshmen real quick. You know, how are they able to pick up Bruno's system right away? I think he even said there might have been a little bit of a change in the system.
You know what, actually a lot of them play club volleyball, and they actually didn't stop playing. They went the whole way to June, and so when we kind of had off for our summer to get back in shape for conditioning and stuff, they never really stopped playing, so I think that helped them a lot too. They've come right into our program and done a fantastic job so far.
With the leadership gone from last year, I think it was 7 or 8 seniors leaving, that leaves a couple of you girls now in contention to be that leader. Yourself, Megan Lamons. How have you been able to fit into that role of trying to be maybe not a vocal leader, but leading by example?
You know, it's actually been, Coach tried to get me to be a leader last year and everything, and it was a lot tougher since we did have a ton of seniors, but it's a lot easier now that they've gone. Not that I was intimidated by them at all, but just the fact that they're gone, and you know, it puts more pressure on us to be leaders. So
the competition this year that you guys have faced so far, all NCAA Division II teams and Division III teams. Do you think that's going to be a blessing in disguise coming up when you get in that conference schedule? Carlo tomorrow, then Notre Dame next week, and then these other big AMC teams.
Yeah, you know, it's actually a really good thing. I love how Coach schedules our teams a lot harder, you know, and like before season, our first season is what we call it. It's so much better than we get to our conference play, you know, and we have already been playing harder teams compared to, you know, like when you play easier teams, you kind of step down to their level. It's definitely made us work a lot harder.
Did you see that maybe a little bit more last year than you have this year? A lot of times last year you'd get down by about 2 sets, sometimes roll off 3 and get the victory, sometimes roll off 2 and end up losing that 5th set. Do you see yourself maybe trying to get that confidence level boost up a little bit?
Yeah, last year I think we had a problem with finishing, you know, and I mean, it's definitely been a factor that we stressed a lot, you know, that we've had to push through the whole game and everything like that. So
let's get down to Rachel Roddy, a graduate of Greensburg-Salem High School, very, very touted coming out of high school. What made you find Point Park?
You know, I actually didn't even know it existed until Mike.
Not too many people do.
Yeah, Mike came up to one of us, or to me, at an all-star game for volleyball, and had asked me like, come down and take a visit, and I'd already visited Slippery Rock, and a couple other places, and I came down, and it was just like when I practiced and stuff like that with the girls who had left, it felt like so perfect. Like it wasn't too far, and it wasn't, you know, super close. So I just love it. I love being downtown. So
2 complete years in, about a third of the year already now, and you already have 1,000 digs. Tell the viewers that don't know what a dig is, what exactly that is.
I guess it's just pretty much when the opposing team is attacking the ball, and sometimes it's a spike or whatever, but I mean, it doesn't really have to be. It can be, you know, a back row attack or anything like that, but it's actually a really big accomplishment. I'm really excited about it. So.
Well, from what I hear, at least from records that have been, I believe, since 2005, you were the school leader in digs already, and I think to date you have 1,105, I think Kevin Taylor told me.
Wow.
Do you think, exactly, are you trying to strive for even more now? I mean, is 2,000 on the radar screen?
I mean, hopefully. I guess it took me a little bit over 2 years to get, you know, 1,000, but I mean, hopefully, you know, I just try my hardest. So.
Do you think that you might be able to get past 2,000?
I hope so. I mean, it'd be really cool too, but I mean, it's not something that, you know, like I think about whenever I go out there and play, but.
Let's talk a little bit more about this conference. There's a lot of good teams here with Walsh, the Cedarvilles, Notre Dame, you know, middle of the pack teams like Damon can always come up and surprise you. How do you see this season and this, especially this conference schedule wearing out? Not one team last year of the Pioneer Athletics made the playoffs. You guys going to try to make that a little bit of a different story?
Oh, definitely. We're definitely going to have to work for it. It's a lot tougher now that our conference is combined and everything like that, but North and South. But Walsh is definitely a really, really good team, in Cedarville, we're definitely going to have to work for it. It's not going to be something that, you know, is going to be taken for granted, and we're going to have to work for it. So.
Finally, on a lighter note, talk to me a little bit about Coach Mike Bruno. You know, really, there's a story that at Cedarville, the coach for Cedarville did not know his name, so when they traveled up there, he wore a shirt that said Mike on it. What's it like to play for that guy?
He is such a great guy. I mean, he's a really good coach. He knows so much about the game, and he's a great guy off the court. He has 2 really cute, beautiful girls that are so cute. But he's a great guy, and he knows what he's talking about, so it's not really hard to play for him.
Rach, thanks you very, very